Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you know, one of the reasons I started YouTube is to keep me accountable productivity-wise. So today I'm going to share my experience in virtually attending ProductCon, which is the largest product management conference organized by Product School. Timestamps in the description box as usual. If you don't know what a product manager does, it's the intersection between business and technology. The most common analogy is that they are the CEO of the product, except they lead with influence rather than authority. I mean, of course, there's going to be people who don't agree with this definition, but this is the common one for this role. And I'm interested in this career. So this video is going to be from a perspective of someone who's not in a product manager role. Let's get started. I got lots of reminders and notifications prior to the event. One of the pros of being jobless is that I can actually attend these all-day conference, and I actually tweeted about the event real time. Before the event officially started, there was a DJ, which immediately made me smile. I mean, we've been in, I'm sure, multiple online events in the past year, so a little sprinkle of fun here makes a whole lot of difference in terms of the experience of the attendee. And then after that, there was like a 10-second countdown before the event officially started. Maybe it's not a big deal for some people, but again, I just notice all these little things that makes the experience of the attendee even better. Then we have a quick welcome remarks from the CEO here. Now we get to the actual sessions. First session is from the former Netflix Vice President of Product, and he highlighted that product managers should always push for what's next. He quoted a financial analyst of Yahoo, and he said, "Every successful company rides a growth wave until it crests and falls. The secret is to create the next growth wave before the other one collapses." And again, I thought it was just cool to hear or to learn about the Netflix product vision, because it's just a product that we all know and love. Session number 2 out of 7 is a panel discussion. My favorite question raised is, how can you future-proof your products, especially what happened last year? And they all have similar answers, such as, you ask how to make products users can't live without, and talk to customers, and to people in the market that are not customers yet. You get some data out of your product, not just anecdotal feedback. You measure a lot, and ask how can you accelerate the feedback loop? And then considering how the market is changing every day, you focus on leaner MVP releases for faster iterated loops. Since I am not a product manager right now, the only way I think I can apply any of these, at least currently, is with my YouTube channel, because it's kind of a product, it's content, but you know. So if I took this a little bit more seriously, I should look at the analytics more and listen to my subscribers and through comments, see what everyone wants to see more, and I guess go from there. Next, there was a bit of a break. I believe at this time you can network, but I didn't do networking, honestly. I just wasn't looking presentable enough, so I chose not to turn on the camera. I mean, comment below if you can relate to this. But I will participate in networking next time though. Session number 3 is the Facebook's head of product. He states that for early stage, you try to identify users who are most disappointed. Those who don't use your product anymore, then follow up with them why. I think he says that at this stage, data is not the most important thing because you don't have a lot of it at this point. But when you do go to growth stage, if you do reach that stage, that's when you build something worth paying for, which is obviously cliche, but true. And there's more data at this stage, which means those personas could get narrower. I've worked with startups before, and I can see how this applies. Early stage, it's important to create personas from data that is available to you, and then adjust this as you get more data points, which is around the growth stage. For the next sessions, I actually didn't get to watch them live because I had something to attend to, so I just watched them on Product School's YouTube channel. I can link the full videos down below if you're interested. So session number 4 is coming from the CPO of Nextdoor. I mean, I learned a lot on leading through times of crisis, but as someone who's just exploring the field, what really stuck with me is her metaphor on her intro. And she starts with a product leader feels like the captain of a ship. The admiral says, go north and crank up the engine. The engine person says, don't move because engine isn't stable. The weather person says, there's a storm coming from the east, so let's go west. And the lookout person says, there are pirates coming from the west, so let's go east. And the problem is, all of them are right based on the information they know. So you have to make the decision on which way to go. So this just gave me a clear picture of the struggles and I guess rewards of being a product leader. Session number 5 is coming from the VP of Engineering of Heap. I love this talk because it's coming from an engineering perspective. After watching it, it really made me think that I should speak with not only the engineers, but all the other people who work with PMs in a company. Because I'm just curious, what are their expectations and kind of like their experiences with PMs. The speaker shared a difference between a good PM versus a great PM. A good PM says, I want to build this feature. But a great PM communicates, hey, help me solve this problem. Another point that he made is launching doesn't mean it's done. It's a true milestone when you actually made an impact. Session number 6 is from the VP of Product of Salesforce, and she discussed how the tech industry wants to be diverse, yet they usually hire talent in just certain geographical areas because I guess where the headquarters are. This has been changing recently because people are moving out of expensive cities because I guess there's no benefit in living there anymore. And also, big companies are rethinking their workforce operations. Obviously, this is a very interesting observation. And the last session is coming from the head of product of Disney. She shared the steps she took to hiring diverse talent. Step 1 is auditing. So she analyzed current recruitment processes. Step 2 is survey. She surveyed current employees. Step 3, set goals. With that data that they have, what are your main goals? Like, what are your main objectives? Step 4 is recruiting and just realizing that developing inclusive copy of job descriptions attract diverse talent. So I enjoyed this conference a lot, especially considering that this is a virtual event, and me sharing the summary or like key takeaways really forced me to not just listen passively, but also look deeply and see how I can apply that right now and kind of look back in my past experiences as well. Next time, I will definitely attend the networking portion, so it would be a much better experience. But that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.